Hi, and welcome to our 7th installment of the Easy Bible Quiz. The quick rules: there's going to be 10 questions, 20 seconds per question, and have fun. Question 1. How many times did Abram plead with God to save Sodom? Was it A, 4, B, 7, C, 6, or D, 9? And the answer is C, 6, and you can read that in Genesis chapter 18, verse 16 to 33. Question 2. What happened to Lot's wife when she looked back? A, fell, B, went back to the city, C, complained to Lot, or D, turned into salt? And the answer is D. She turned into salt, and you can read that in Genesis chapter 19, verse 17 to 26. What did Abram tell Sarai to say if asked who she was while in Egypt? A, his sister, B, his wife, C, his cousin, or D, unmarried? And the answer is A, his sister, and you can read that in Genesis chapter 12, verse 11 to 13. Who was fishing with Simon and Andrew when Jesus told them to cast their nets again after a long night of catching nothing? Was it A, Thomas and Judas, B, James and John, C, Matthew and James, or D, John and Nathaniel? And the answer is B, it was James and John, and you can read that in Luke chapter 5, verse 3 to 11. What was the disciple Matthew's profession before Jesus called him? Was it A, a fisherman, B, a preacher, C, a tax collector, or D, a doctor? And the answer is C. He was a tax collector, and you can read that in Luke chapter 5, verse 27 to 29. Question 6. Who climbed a tree to see Jesus? Was it A, Thomas, B, Michael, C, Joseph, or D, Zacchaeus? And the answer is D, Zacchaeus, and you can read that in Luke chapter 19, verse 1 to 10. Question 7. Who was told in a dream not to have anything to do with Jesus? Was it A, Herod, B, Pilate's wife, C. the Roman century, or D. the Pharisees? And the answer is B, Pilate's wife, and you can read that in Matthew chapter 27, verse 19. Question 8. How many pieces of silver did Judas get before betraying Jesus? Was it A, 30, B, 60, C, 90, or D, 120? And the answer is A, 30, and you can read that in Matthew chapter 26, verse 15. Question 9. How many times did Peter deny Jesus? Was it A, 1, B, 5, C, 7, or D, 3? And the answer is D, 3. And you can read that in Luke chapter 22, verse 54 to 62. Question 10. Who was known as a man after God's own heart? Was it A, Paul, B, David, C, John, or D, Abraham? And the answer is B, David, and you can read that in Acts chapter 13, verse 22. Well done, and thank you for joining me once again for this Bible quiz. I hope you had a lot of fun, and if you have any comments, questions that you want to suggest, you are welcome to leave them down below. I hope you have a wonderful day.